Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, the return of one of SUNY Oswego's most popular events, what this year will entail.
And SUNY Oswego police officers get recognized for prestigious awards related to traffic safety.
Plus, protesters flood the sidewalks on the Oswego Bridge. What change they are petitioning for?
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Piper Kiernan.
And I'm Julianne Fike.
Earlier this evening, the community of Oswego and members of Invisible Oswego took to Bridge Street. About 183 protesters voiced their opinions about due process, veterans, and women's rights, while opinions from Democrats, Republicans, and Independents were all different.
A common sentiment protesters shared was the disagreement with the Trump administration's behavior and operations. Invisible Oswego spokesperson Paul McKinney said the group rallies every Saturday and releases notifications and information on social media for upcoming protests. McKinney said that all voices are welcome.
The SUNY Oswego Public Ceremonies is searching for volunteers to help with the upcoming May graduation ceremonies. The team is looking for ushers to assist with crowd management and guest seating for 3 graduation ceremonies, starting at 9 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 4 p.m. Volunteers will be provided with free refreshments and food throughout the day. Anyone interested is asked to email tim.netritz@oswego.edu. As our spring semester quickly comes to an end, we look ahead to next fall and its costs.
But not to worry, our reporter Eliza Hopkins is here with our story on how campus is helping our students.
Thanks, guys. Earlier today, the Financial Aid Money Matters program presented their Spring into Savings celebration. They hosted a fun and festive celebration featuring games of smart spending and financial literacy. With each game won, the students earned tickets, which were put into a raffle to win a pair of JBL headphones. And to top the entire event off, there was a catered taco bar where you could make your own creation. That's all for my report tonight. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Eliza. In other news, SUNY Oswego Campus Technology Services has identified a campus connectivity problem with Google Pixel smartphones using the most recent Android software. A Google security update in the Android 15 operating system is currently preventing the Google Pixel from connecting to the Oswego Secure Wireless Network. CTS is actively working to find and fix this issue and is calling on affected students to use the Oswego Guest Network until the issue is resolved.
SUNY Oswego's annual Archon Gaming Convention is back this weekend for the 22nd year. The convention runs from this Friday to Sunday. It features participant-run games and challenges including everything from video games to board games to role-playing games. The convention costs $8 for students and staff for the entire weekend and $8 to $15 for non-students depending on the day. I'm looking forward to spending some time outside this weekend, Piper.
Me too, Julianne, but I'm not sure if the weather will be nice enough.
Good point. Let's check with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Logan Russo. Logan?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's been an extremely warm week. I gotta say, very different from the weather that we've been used to here in Oswego. Very cold, however, very warm week. Bad news for you too, though. It is not going to last. Rain is going to start tonight, and sadly, it is going to continue into the rest of the week for the foreseeable future as a low-pressure system moves its way up and seems to hover over the Oswego region. Do got to shout out, though, last night of regular news. So I got a lot more and a little bit left for you about all of the rain coming up, just a little bit, but I'm going to toss it back to the desk.
Thanks, Logan.
I, for one, am not looking forward to the rain.
Me neither.
But moving on to some city news. 2 Oswego police officers have been recognized for prestigious Traffic Safety Award. Officer Derek Wiebel was awarded the Recognition of Excellence Award from the Regional Mothers Against Drunk Driving and Stop DWI New York. He averages 14 DWI arrests per year, is a drug recognition expert, and is a mentor to other officers.
Officer Wiebel was not the only officer to recently receive a prominent award. Officer Seamus Honeywell leads a group of 7 officers who have been given the 2025 Traffic Safety Champions Award by the Oswego County Traffic Safety Board. Last year, Officer Honeywell conducted 215 traffic stops, issuing 248 traffic tickets, and making 10 DWI arrests.
Oswego Mayor Rob Correndino has issued a proclamation declaring the week of May 18th to 24th as National Emergency Medical Services Week. The declaration was presented at yesterday's Oswego Health Celebration for EMS professionals, which featured dozens of first responders and the Oswego Fire Department. The ceremony recognized EMS for their life-saving work every day for the city of Oswego.
The director of Oswego County Opportunities has retired after over 40 years in the organization. Diane Cooper Courier announced her retirement, although she did not provide an exact date of departure. She has worked on issues including foster homes, runaway children, after-school education, homelessness, and more. She is very highly regarded by the organization and the community. A search for a new director is underway.
The headliner for the New York State Fair opening day concert has been announced, and it is none other than country star Nate Smith. Smith is best known for his hit tracks Whiskey on You, World on Fire, Wreckage, and more. The reigning Billboard Rookie of the Year will join a 41-act lineup that also includes notable artists such as Cheap Trick and Busta Rhymes.
Still ahead tonight, a major personnel switch in the Trump administration.
Plus a razor-thin margin on a major vote against Trump tariff. All that and more right after the break.
The number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Hello everyone, I'm Logan Russo with your weather report for tonight. Right now in Oswego, 66 degrees, still decently warm out. However, that rain that I talked about in my quick forecast is just starting to hit. I was walking around campus early and I felt a little bit of a few raindrops, but it was overall really sunny today. However, I live in Onondaga Hall. It's a big concrete superstructure, and one thing I'm really worried about is humidity. And the humidity right now is a little worrying, so it is going to be a little bit more sweaty than you would like today and tonight. But speaking of today, we hit 70 degrees today, which again is really good going into May. You know, we always say April showers bring May flowers, but as I'm going to tell you in just a minute, it may just be the opposite. And today is not going to last. Now, as you can see here across the state, these are the highs from today. And if we're going down to the southwest area of the state here, North Dansville hitting 82, Randolph hitting 81. It's nice to see some areas near us start to hit the 80s because I am waiting for the 80s to come. And right here in my hometown of Syracuse, 76 degrees. So it is going to be warming up. However, pollen is one of the biggest factors when I step out of the dorm every single day. And it's a nice day out, it's sunny. I got to watch out for pollen because I have pretty bad allergies. You have your weeds, your grass, your mold pollen. Not a lot of that to worry about right now, but if you have a strong allergen to tree pollen, maybe something you should watch out for if you're going to be going out. Maybe you're on a morning walk or you're walking back to campus after a class. Maybe just keep it in mind. Maybe take some extra, Allegra, whatever medicine you use to get through your day. Now, right now in Oswego, again, that rain, as I said, is just starting to come up through the state. As you can see, thunderstorms definitely brewing there over the Lake Ontario. Still temperatures, though, staying relatively nice and warm. They are cooling off a little bit as we go into the night, but temperatures maintaining as this storm passes through. Now, the next few days, though, it is going to be rainy, rainy, rainy. Tomorrow it's going to rain just a little bit, but Saturday that rain is going to pick up and it's going to continue for the foreseeable future going into next week, which is obviously finals week. So if you're going to be walking around for finals week, may want to watch out. Now, tonight, here's Friday, 4 a.m. You can see this low pressure system start to move its way up. And you're going to start to see some storms brew down here in Cincinnati, Atlanta, and they're going to end up coming their way up and hovering over the Oswego area going into Sunday night. Tonight in Oswego, again, 56 degrees, very heavy rain, something you're going to watch out for if you're going out tonight, tomorrow night, or if you're going out Saturday night, you may want to watch out for that. And the extended forecast, as you can see here, I mean, the thunderstorms, they will be coming throughout the rest of the week. Definitely something, again, to look out for, but those temperatures will maintain. All right, well, that has been my full forecast. And now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Logan, but I'm still hoping that April showers will bring May flowers.
Yeah, Piper, me too.
The West Hill men's lacrosse coach has released a statement after a hazing incident involving his team last week. Head coach Aaron Cahill released a statement on LinkedIn saying that his coaching staff is cooperating with the investigation and had no prior knowledge of the hazing. Cahill went on to say that the incident does not represent the values of his program.
President Donald Trump has removed Michael Waltz as National Security Advisor and instead nominated him to be the ambassador to the United Nations. The move comes during a period of international turmoil that saw Waltz mistakenly add a journalist to a Signal group chat discussing war plans. Previously, UN Ambassador nominee Elise Stefanik was dropped recently over concerns over a slim House Republican majority. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been named the acting National Security Advisor.
Automakers are celebrating with cautious optimism about a recent Trump announcement that auto tariffs could be eased.
Brian Abel has more on what Trump's recent actions mean.
President Donald Trump this week easing off the auto tariff accelerator. In March, Trump announced a 25% tariff on imported cars and parts. That's set to go into effect this weekend. But now, U.S. manufacturers could be reimbursed on imported parts up to 3.75% of the value of a domestically produced car. After a year, that drops to 2.5%.
Those that do not assemble vehicles in the U.S., this is going to be a disaster.
Autoline's John McElroy says auto companies are bulking up their inventories to stave off immediate tariff impact, but those will be depleted come July.
And that's when I predict you're going to see new car sales in the U.S. nosedive.
The CEOs of Ford and GM bracing for the changes.
You know, the stuff we built now is priced. If we announce a price increase now, it'll go into play in July and August.
What we provided in our guidance is that pricing is going to stay about at the same levels that it is.
But experts like McElroy estimate cost for a car could jump by thousands, depending upon the model.
That will cause car sales to go down, and in some cases, it's going to lead to layoffs. If I had to buy another car right now, whether it's new or used, I would rush out and try to buy it.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
The continued confusion and sharp changes in action by Trump will have the industry in a frenzy for months and years to come.
Today is International Workers' Day, more commonly known as May Day. The day features protests worldwide, and the U.S. saw over 1,000 events that mostly targeted the Trump administration. The movement called themselves 50-51 for the 50 protests in 50 states with one message. The protesters are sounding alarms over executive overreach and calling for a national day of solidarity.
The United States and Ukraine have finally signed a deal on critical minerals that has been in the works for weeks. The Trump administration says that they made the deal to protect American interests as the country supports Ukraine's war efforts. Peace talks between Russia and Ukraine have been on and off recently, with some increased hope in the past 2 weeks. American investment in the conflict has also been tilted towards both sides of the war at different points.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, job layoffs are increasing. Find out why.
In a massive recall on shark ninjas, all that and more coming up on WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, a study has shown that Doge is responsible for almost 50% of U.S. layoffs in 2025. The report stated that Doge caused almost 300,000 layoffs, an almost 700% increase from the first 4 months of last year. April of 2025 also had an increase of almost 40,000 layoffs from April 2024. UPS and Intel accounted for almost 40,000 of April layoffs alongside Doge.
106 burns have been reported, 50 being second and third degree burns from Shark Ninja's pressure cooker. According to Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, this was caused by a fault in the pressure cooker's lid, which can allow it to open while in use, causing hot contents to shoot out, potentially burning users. A recall has been made on the Shark Ninja Foodie Op 300 series multi-function pressure cooker.
The Mix on Bridge Street in Oswego has announced a new May features menu. There are 8 drinks, one for each of the 4 seniors and their majors. Chloe Sienna is a broadcasting senior who works here at WTOP-10. She has 2 featured drinks, the Sienna, which is a pineapple blue raspberry lemonade, and the broadcasting, which is a cookies and cream strawberry cheesecake milkshake. May is also Mental Health Awareness Month, and the Mix partnered with Oswego Health to feature a, quote, Love Your Mind drink. May marks the beginnings of Mental Health Awareness Month.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither discussed what you can do to improve your overall well-being.
Excuse me.
Mental illness is at an all-time high.
Kind of stand up.
Ah.
It's a standing and kind of a twisting.
Okay.
Yeah. When people
You or someone
have
else is
mental
dealing
illness,
with mental health
it impacts
issues,
every facet of their life.
for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
And with the end of spring sports coming up, Jason Root has the latest on how well the Oswego Lakers have been doing.
Jason, are we still bringing flowers or is it May showers?
Well, as we are on the 1st of May, been some showers of wins for the Lakers. Stay tuned to hear about them all, including women's lacrosse punching their ticket to the SUNYAC championship game. Also, in a shocking turn of events in the middle of a recent Cubs-Pirates game last night at PNC Park, coming up right here on WTOP 10. If anybody wants to tell me if I gotta cut something or what I gotta do, that'd be great.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Oswego Sports Report. Top-seeded Oswego women's lacrosse punched their ticket to the SUNYAC championship game with a gritty 15-14 win over number 4 Buffalo State. Alexis Hill led the charge with 5 goals, including the game winner on a late free position shot. Mackenzie Wynn added a hat trick and 2 assists, while freshman Aubriana Green tailed 2 goals and 2 points. Oswego led 11-7 entering the 4th, but the Bengals had a late 14-12 edge. Unfazed, the Lakers stormed back, tying it up before Hill sealed the deal. Oswego, now at 14-2, hosts Cortland in Saturday's SUNYAC final. Moving from the turf to the courtyard, Oswego State's men's tennis rolled into Empire 8 semifinals with a dominant 6-1 win over Houghton on Tuesday. The Lakers swept all 3 double matches, including a 8-4 win by Anthony Marcano and Matt Menara at number 1 singles. Marcano and Menara kept the momentum going with straight set wins, while Jose Miguel Garcia dominated his opponent 6-1 and 6-1 at number 5. Austin Davis dropped his match at number 3, but the Lakers' depth sealed the deal. 2 matches went unfinished in the 3rd set. Oswego improves to 9-3 and will face Thomas College at Nazareth this Friday in the Empire 8 semis. On to national news. In a devastating turn of events, a fan fell 21 foot over the Clemente Wall at PNC Park during Wednesday night's Pirates and Cubs game, landing on the warning track moments after Andrew McCutcheon 2-run double. Players immediately called for help, and medical staff from both teams treated the man before he was taken off the field on a cart and transported to the Allegheny General Hospital. Pirates manager Derek Shelton stated, quote, "It's extremely unfortunate and it's an understatement." Cubs shortstop Dansby Swanson called it a very scary moment, adding, "All we could do was just pray for a good, strong recovery." McCutcheon was seen holding a cross as players from both teams prayed on the field. the game continued without any official stoppage. Moving from the diamond to free agency, the Buffalo Bills signed veteran wide receiver Elijah Moore to a one-year deal worth $5 million. The move came days after Bills general manager Brandon Beane defended the team's receiver strategy during a lively interview on WGR 550, saying complaining about wide receiver is one of the dumbest arguments I've heard. Moore, who had 61 catches for 538 yards last season, joins a deep receiver room featuring Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, and Joshua Palmer. Beane had said the team put a pin in talks with Moore earlier in the offseason and had resumed conversations after the draft. Moore, the last 2 seasons, has 120 career catches for over 1,170 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now moving to the Game 5 with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. You see here, Luka Doncic, he's going to step behind the paint and he is going to get a 2. And you see right here that he is kind of injuring his back a little bit. And you see right here after the pass from Gabe Vincent, he's going to go up, and Dante DiVincenzo and Rudy Gobert are actually going to buckle Doncic is back. He would go to the locker room, but he would return here in the third. You see Luka tosses it to Dorian Finney-Smith, who gets the 3, and the Lakers take the lead 78-77. Now entering the final quarter, Minnesota up by 1. Randall sees Dante DiVincenzo, and he misses, but Gobert with the 2-hand flush, the putback. Wolves are up 91-88. Anthony Edwards gets right past Austin Reeves and gets the easy buckets, and that was Julius Randle. My apologies. Now Lakers down by 4. Luka off the backboard. He can't get it. Gobert reaches it down to Mike Conley. Reeves cannot defend Anthony Edwards. The Lakers are sent home by the Minnesota Timberwolves in a game 103-96. Stick around for some fun news after the break. Saved it.
Yes, we tie it.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving. I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast
Look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
East Bay Vivarium, a pet store in Northern California, is celebrating 7 months of an unusual animal.
Meet Zeke and Angel, a two-headed California king snake, excuse me.
The snake's rare condition caused by an embryo that is partially split in 2.
The store believes Zeke and Angel will live to the species' normal 20 to 30-year lifespan.
Oh, that's a different looking snake, if I do say so myself. Wow.
I kind of like it. It's cute.
Are you guys excited for end of the semester?
Yes, sir, we are.
Yeah.
Definitely. Not ready for finals week, though.
No. The
Nobody
stunning
is
is
ever
going to kick our butts, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing it's the last night of news.
Exactly, yeah. We're done.
Yeah.
This is...
Thank you guys very much.
But that's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for OP, which does not happen.
Thank you for watching.
Have a great night, everyone.